Okay, everyone. So now we are going to make the menu driven program. That means in this program, we will be having the menu. So in the menu, the first option is the Armstrong number, and that we have to display till n. In the second option, we will be having the prime numbers between 1 to n. In the third option, we will be having the reverse of integer. This is a huge program. We will make this program step by step. So we are starting the program with the very first option, that Armstrong number. In the Armstrong number, we have the example just like 153. This is the example of Armstrong number. That means we will take the individual numbers, just like the first. Here we are making the cube. Then afterward, we are making the cube of the second. So here 5 cube. Then afterward, we are making the cube of third digit. So here 3 cube. Now afterward, 1 cube is 1. Then further, 5 cube is 5 into 5 into 5. That is 125. Then further, cube of 3. That means 3 into 3 into 3. That is 27. Now we are going to make the sum of these numbers. And we will find that their sum is equal to 153. You can see that whenever we are having a number and we are making the cube of its digits and make the sum and we get the same number, that is called the Armstrong number. So first of all, we are going to make the program for Armstrong number. First of all, we are writing the void main. We know that every program starts with the driving function, which is the void main. Then void main is having its own boundary. So these are the brackets for void main. Then further, first of all, we are making a simple program of Armstrong number where we are asking the number from the user. So we are saying that printf enter number. So here user has to enter some number. Now for that we need the scanf statement. So we are saying scanf %d. So that means we need one variable in which the number should be taken. So we are taking int num. So here number we are going to take. Now afterward, inside the scanf, at the address of num, we are going to take the number. We are using the printf and scanf function. So on the top, we need the header file, that is #include stdio.h, which is standard header file for printf and scanf functions. Now after taking the number, we are storing this number to the temp. So we are taking one more variable, that is temp. So inside this temp, we are storing the number. So we are saying temp is equal to num. Now we are making one while loop here. So while number is greater than 0, till that while loop is keep on working. So inside the while loop, we are going to find the remainder. So for the remainder, we are taking one more variable here, that is rem. Rem stands for it is the remainder. So we are saying that remainder is equal to number mod n. So it will provide the remainder and store into the r. Then afterward we are saying that sum. So for the sum I am taking one more variable here, that is sum. Now before the program we have to initialize sum with 0. So we are saying that sum is equal to 0 because we are assuming right now sum is 0. So sum is equal to sum plus. Then we are saying it is the cube. So for the cube, we are having remainder into remainder into remainder. So rem is the remainder, multiply with the remainder, multiply with the remainder. After every iteration, we are going to divide the number with 10. So we are saying number is equal to num divided by 10. So this is the loop we are going to make. After that, we are providing one if statement. We are saying that if. Inside the if, we are saying that if temp is equal to sum, in that case we are having is the Armstrong number. So here we are going and saying printf, it is the Armstrong number. Then afterward we are providing the else part. In the else part we will say if the number and the sum both are not equal, then it is not Armstrong number. Now we are going to execute this program. So we are going to execute, compile and run. Now here we are having the output window. It is saying that enter number. We are saying that 153 and press enter. It is saying that Armstrong number. So first of all, we are understanding that how this program is working. So here when the program will start, the first line is the comment. So compiler will not read this line because this is a comment. Then afterward we are having is the hash include stdio.h, which is for the printf and scanf functions. Then afterward we are having void, means no return type, main, which is the driving function. Then we are having int, that means the integer variable we are going to declare, that is num. So one variable is declared, that is num. We are assuming that this memory is 301. Then afterward one more variable is declared, that is temp. So we are declaring into the memory which is temp. Its address may be, let's say, 401. Then afterward we are having one more variable, that is remainder. So one more variable is declared which is rem. Its address, let's say, is 501. Then further one more variable is declared, that is sum. So here we are assuming that this variable is sum and the address is 601. Now afterward we are having is printf, printing on the screen, enter number. So on the user screen we are having a message, enter number. Then afterwards scanf. So the cursor is waiting and the user has given the input which is 153. Then afterward we are having is the %d, that is the integer value. So we are taking the integer value and storing at the address of num. So the number 153 is stored at the num. So here we have stored 153. Then further we are having temp is equal to num. So the number is storing at the temp. So there is one temp variable in which we are taking the 153 so that we can compare later on. Now sum is equal to 0. So 0 is going inside the sum. So the sum value is right now 0. Now we are having the while loop. So here the while loop start. It is saying that num greater than 0. We can see that the value of number is 153, which is greater than 0. Perfectly fine. Coming inside. Remainder is equal to num mod 10. We know that the number we are having is 153. If I divide the number with the 10, so here 15 and we are having 150 and the remainder is 3. So here 3 is the remainder. So inside the rem we are having 3. So remainder is 3. Then further sum is equal to sum plus. Right now the sum is 0. So here 0 plus. rem into rem into rem. So 3 times remainder will be multiplied. So here remainder we know that is 3. So we can say that 3 into 3 into 3, which is nothing but the cube of 3. So 0 plus 27 and we know that that is 27. So here the sum value is updated and the value is 27. Then afterward num is equal to num divided by 10. We know that number was 153 and if we divide 153 with 10, that will nothing will be 15. So here that is updated with the value that is 15. Now it is a loop, it will go back. Further again num greater than 0. Is the number which is 15 greater than 0? Yes. Again come inside. Remainder is equal to number mod 10. So here we know that the number is 15. So we are having 15, then dividing the 15 with the 10. So here 10 ones are 10 and the remainder is 5. Now this remainder 5 is going to the rem. So here in the rem new value is 5. Now sum is equal to sum plus. What is the earlier value of sum? That is 27. So we are saying that 27 plus remainder into remainder into remainder and the remainder is 5. So here we are saying 5 into 5 into 5. So here 27 plus that is 125. So their sum will be 152. So here this is the updated value of sum. So inside the sum we are having 152. Now further num is equal to num divided by 10. We know that if we divide the 15 with the 10, then remainder will be 1. So here the updated value of num will be 1. Then further it is a loop, it will go back. Num greater than 0. So here we can see that 1 is greater than 0. Perfectly fine. Again come inside. Remainder is equal to num mod 10. We know that the number is 1. So here if I divide this with 10, so 10 0 0 and the remainder is 1. So right now in the remainder we are having is 1. Then further, sum is equal to sum plus. So right now the value of sum is 152. So 152 plus remainder into remainder into remainder, and the remainder is 1. So here that is 1 into 1 into 1. Now afterward 152 plus 1, that is 153. So here inside the sum we are having the updated value, which is 153. Then further, num is equal to num divided by 10. So if we divide the 1, which is the number right now, with the 10, then it will be 0. So the new value of number will be 0. Now afterward, it is a loop. It will go back and check num greater than 0. But num is the 0 right now. So here loop will come out. Now checking if temp. We know that temp is the variable where we have stored the number. So 153 we have stored. So 153 double equal sum. We can see that in the sum we are having 153. Is 153 equal to 153? Yes. So here it will come inside if true part will work. So printf Armstrong number. So it is the Armstrong number. Anyhow, if the sum is not equal, then it will display the not Armstrong number. So here this is the simple program of Armstrong number, but here we want Armstrong number up to n. So we are going to modify this program and finding the Armstrong number up to n. Means the value of n user will provide, let's say 100. So from 1 to 100 we will find all Armstrong numbers. So we have made this complete program for finding the Armstrong number, where the number will be entered by the user. But we have to modify this program for finding the n Armstrong numbers. Means let's say user is saying 100. So from 0 to 100 we will provide all Armstrong numbers. If the user is saying 500, so from 0 to 500 we will provide all Armstrong numbers. So here we will ask the user by modifying this line that enter n. So this n is now the last value. So I am taking one variable, let's say n, and scanf, we are modifying it and taking the value inside n. So here we know that this n is now the last number, that means 100. So from 0 to 100 we has to run the loop. So here we are making a loop for, now in this for we are taking one variable for running the loop, let's say I. So we are using that for I will be equal to 0. So I will start from 0, I less than equal to the last value which is given by the user, that is n. Then afterward I plus plus. So we know that this is the loop which will start from 0 and go till n. Now the Armstrong number program, we has to completely select, cut that program, and we has to paste inside the for loop. Now in this program we has to modify certain thing. We know that for loop is starting from 0 and going till n. So this is the inner portion. This is the Armstrong number program. Now we know that every time the loop start, I will go from 0 and keep on incrementing. So what is this I? I we are assuming that is a number. So we are taking that num is equal to I. So number will start from 0 and it will increment every time. So here number is I. Then further there is one more modification, that we don't want the not Armstrong number as the answer. We only want the Armstrong numbers. So we are going to remove this else portion. Then here we are simply saying printf Armstrong number. Then further we are saying %d. Then comma, we are using the I. We know that the I, if it is 0, it will check it is Armstrong or not. If it is yes, it will display. Otherwise, check the next number. Then afterward, I am providing the /n so that there should be the next line. Now we are going to execute and run this program. So we're going to execute, compile and run. So here we are having the output window. It is saying that enter n. So that means n is the largest value. Let us suppose that I am providing the value of n, which is 200. So that means loop will start from 0 and go till 200. Press enter. So here we can see that there are 3 Armstrong numbers between 0 and 200, which is 0, 1 and 153. Now we are understanding that how this loop is working. So first of all we are having is the printf enter n. So on the user screen we are having a message that is enter n. So the value of n user will provide. So we need a scanf. Scanf means the cursor is waiting. So user has given the input that is 200. Already we have declared one variable n. So in the memory there is one variable declared with n. Let's say the address is 701. And inside that %d for the integer value. So it will store the value at the address of n. So here 200 will be stored at the address of n. Then afterward we are having is the for loop. So here I, we have taken one more variable I. So the variable I we have declared inside the memory, we assume that its address is 801. Now afterward I will equal to 0. So here the value of I is 0. Then afterward I less than equal to n. We can see that this I means 0 is less than 200. Perfect. Come inside. Now number is equal to I. So here we know that this portion we have already discussed earlier. This is the program for finding the Armstrong number. That means when the value of I is 0, so the number will be 0. That means this time the number is 0, and for that we are going to check the Armstrong number. So here 0 is successfully Armstrong number, because if we are going to make the cube of 0, then afterward we will get the 0 itself. It is a single digit. So here sum is not required. So here Armstrong number is 0. Then further after doing this, it will keep on going back because it is a loop. I will increment. So the value of I will be 1. Then again number will be 1. So here the new value of number will be 1. Again it will check the same program for the Armstrong number, and we know that the program is that it will make the cube and it will check 1 cube is equal to 1. So here 1 and 1 both are equal. So it is the Armstrong number. So here if the number and the sum are equal, they will say Armstrong number %di. So here we can see that on the user screen we are having Armstrong number 1. Similarly, the loop is going back and keep on checking. We will be having the numbers. The value of I will be 2. Again checking 3, 4, 5. So for all these numbers, the program is going to check for the Armstrong number, and it is keep on incrementing. It will get 153, and we know that for the 153 we already checked. So here 153 is the Armstrong number. It will display Armstrong number 153. Similarly, the value of I is keep on incrementing till the 200. When the value of I will be greater than 200, that is 201, then afterward the loop will be coming out. So this is how from 0 to 200 we have checked all the numbers for the Armstrong. So here this is the program for Armstrong number till n, where the value of n will be given by the user. So here we have made the complete program starting from the printf, means the user is entering the number, until the end. This program is for Armstrong number up to n. But here there is an option that menu driven program. That means we have to provide the menu to the user. So above that we are giving a printf message. So we are saying that printf means printing on the screen. Then afterward we are providing a menu. So we are saying /n for the new line. Then we are mentioning menu. Then further we are mentioning /n. Then first option we are giving to the user, let's say 1 and 1 for the Armstrong number. Then afterward we are saying /n. Then further we are saying second option. In the second option we are saying the prime numbers. Then afterward further we are putting a /n for the new line, and we are saying that third option. So this is the option number 3, that is the reverse of integer. So here our menu is complete. That menu, 1 for the Armstrong number up to n, then second for the prime number between 1 to n, and the third is the reverse of integer. We know that whenever we are dealing with the menu, then first of all we are providing the menu to the user, then we are asking for the input. So we are saying that scanf, then afterward %d, that is for the integer value, comma. Now here we have to provide certain variable. So let us suppose that I am using a variable that is choice. So I am saying ch for the choice. Now at the address of ch we are taking the input from the user that give me the option. Now based upon the option given by the user, we are providing the switch case. So we are writing switch. Now in the switch we are providing ch as the condition. So based upon the CH value, cases will run. So this is the part of switch case. Now here we are having is the case 1. Inside the case 1, we are providing the break. We know that after every case, there should be the break in C programming so that it should not be jumping to another case. So case 2, then further we are providing the break. Then further we are having the case 3. So 3 options are there. So 3 case and the break we have provided. Then afterward we are having is the default. In this default option, we are saying that if the user is not selecting 1, 2 or 3, then here we are giving a message that printf invalid choice. Then afterward we are putting the semicolon. So here this is the menu driven program where we are having the 3 cases and user has to select 1 case. We know that the complete part, this first option we have taken, right click and cut this. So we are putting inside the Armstrong number. So here above the break, we are going to right click and paste. So here we have pasted the complete program, and this program is for finding the Armstrong number up to n. Now here for the better readability, before asking the choice, so we are giving a message that printf means printing on the screen, / for the new line, then we are saying enter choice. So we are asking the choice from the user. Now we are going to run the code. So here we are going to execute, compile and run. So here we are having the output window. It is saying that menu 1 for Armstrong number up to n, 2 for the prime number up from 1 to n, then reverse of integer. So the first part we have done, we are entering the first choice, then enter. It is asking that enter the value of n. Let's say the value of n I am giving is 200. So from 0 to 200, it will provide the Armstrong number. So we are having here 0, 1 and 153. These are the Armstrong number. So our first part of the program is over, that menu driven program. And in the first part is the Armstrong number up to n.